In this video, we uncover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies, exploring their fascinating history, hidden details, and astonishing values. From unique minting to record-breaking auctions, discover how these tiny coins can be worth millions today. The 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1968 holds a special place in American numismatic history as a coin that continues to fascinate collectors. This small copper coin, struck during an era of great change in the United States, is more than just currency. It is a historical artifact that reflects both the nation's identity and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait has been honored on the penny since 1909. The year 1968 was notable because the U.S. Mint resumed operations in San Francisco after a long hiatus. But the circulation strikes from Philadelphia did not bear a mint mark, making these coins distinct. Unlike Denver or San Francisco issues, the Philadelphia coins were left without any mark to indicate their origin, and that lack of a mint mark has given these pieces their own recognition. For collectors, such subtle differences often transform ordinary pennies into treasured rarities. In terms of design, the obverse of the 1968 penny proudly features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, crafted by Victor David Brenner, whose initials can be found just below Lincoln's shoulder. The reverse carries the iconic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, representing unity, strength, and the ideals of democracy. The artistry of the coin reflects not only patriotic symbolism but also the mint's commitment to preserving history through everyday objects. The historical context of 1968 adds further weight to the significance of this penny. It was a turbulent time in the United States marked by social changes, political unrest, and economic challenges. Owning a coin from that year is like holding a piece of the past, a silent witness to the struggles and hopes of an entire generation. This is what makes the penny not just a piece of copper but a carrier of memory. Production numbers of the 1-cent coin in 1968 were quite high, with billions minted for circulation. However, it is precisely because of the enormous output that certain rare specimens without errors or with striking qualities have become so desirable. Collectors often search tirelessly for high-grade examples with sharp details and brilliant luster, as these represent the pinnacle of preservation from a time when most pennies quickly wore down in circulation. Another remarkable factor about the 1968 penny without mint mark is its role in numismatic markets. Auction houses and coin dealers have consistently seen demand for top-grade pieces, especially those certified by professional grading services. Coins graded in near-perfect condition carry enormous premiums, making them symbols of rarity in a sea of common circulation issues. The appeal of this coin also comes from its potential to reveal hidden treasures in everyday life. Many collectors and even casual hobbyists still examine pocket change and old jars of coins in hopes of finding a 1968 penny in pristine form. Stories of people discovering valuable coins tucked away in family savings add to the mystique and keep the search alive. When it comes to value, the 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1968, without mint mark, has reached astonishing heights. In rare auctions, an exceptional specimen has been recorded at a value of $3.34 million, a figure that leaves many collectors stunned. This extraordinary worth comes not from the material itself, but from its rarity, preservation, and historical significance. It is a reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry monumental value in the right circumstances. Such immense valuation has made the 1968 penny a symbol of numismatic dreams. Collectors across the world hold it as a goal to either own or admire, knowing that the story of this tiny coin extends far beyond its face value. It is a piece that bridges art, history, and fortune, representing the magic of coin collecting. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1984, stands out as one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, not simply because of its age, but because of the rarity it carries. This coin, though seemingly ordinary at first glance, hides details that have elevated it into the ranks of treasures sought by collectors around the globe. The 1984 penny was struck during an important era in U.S. coinage, when design consistency and production were at their peak. Yet, what makes this coin remarkable is that despite mass production, certain rare pieces without a mint mark carry significant historical and monetary value, making them highly collectible. Collectors often look beyond the ordinary face of Abraham Lincoln and pay close attention to the subtle variations in these coins. The 1984 penny without a mint mark is a prime example of how details and errors can elevate a simple cent into something extraordinary. It reflects not just currency, but a piece of American heritage. The absence of the mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While Philadelphia-issued pennies are common, specific 1984 varieties without a mint mark are unique due to minor errors, doubling, and sharp striking anomalies. These distinctions turn an everyday coin into a rarity worth studying. Over the years, the Lincoln Penny series has represented stability and national pride, yet it has also been the source of some of the most valuable finds in coin collecting. The 1984 penny is celebrated among these discoveries, especially for its unique features that attract passionate numismatists and investors alike. Many collectors are drawn to the historical significance of Lincoln pennies, but the allure of the 1984 penny is also tied to its financial potential. A coin that most people would overlook in change can, under the right conditions, become one of the most valuable pieces in a collection. The true appeal of the 1984 penny lies in its rarity and condition. Coins preserved in pristine form with sharp details, no visible mint mark, and signs of doubling are considered the pinnacle of Lincoln cent collecting. Their scarcity ensures that when they appear at auctions, they command immense attention and excitement. In terms of value, the 1984 penny without mint mark has been recorded to reach astonishing heights. One particularly rare example of this coin was valued at $2.26 million, a figure that elevates it from a simple cent to a life-changing discovery for anyone fortunate enough to own it. Such values are not achieved overnight but come from decades of collector demand, historical recognition, and the undeniable rarity of the piece. The 1984 penny proves that even the smallest coin in the U.S. monetary system can be worth far more than its face value, provided it carries the right traits. Ultimately, the story of the 1984 penny without mint mark is a reminder that treasures are often hidden in plain sight. For collectors and enthusiasts, it represents more than wealth. It symbolizes history, rarity, and the ongoing passion for uncovering the rarest pieces of numismatic art in American history. Next is the 1986 Lincoln cent, most iconic coins in American history, carrying forward a legacy that began in 1909 with the introduction of Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the 1-cent coin. This year marked another production run from the U.S. Mint, but coins struck without a mint mark from Philadelphia became particularly fascinating for collectors due to their rarity and special attributes. The obverse of the 1986 Lincoln cent features the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait, symbolizing Lincoln's leadership and dedication to the nation, had already become a cultural icon by that time. The word "liberty" and the date 1986 appear alongside his image, with the absence of a mint mark signaling its Philadelphia origin, which is a detail collectors scrutinize carefully. On the reverse side of the 1986 penny, the design by Frank Gasparo depicts the Lincoln Memorial. This design, introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replaced the earlier wheat ears reverse. The fine details of the memorial, with Lincoln's statue visible between the columns, make this coin a miniature work of art that carried both symbolic and monetary importance during its circulation. Historically, the Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of cents in 1986, yet certain striking errors and preserved conditions without a mint mark set specific examples apart. These coins are not just about mintage numbers but also about survival in pristine condition, making them prized among serious numismatists. Collectors value the 1986 penny without mint mark for more than just its age. They admire the nuances of its strike, luster, and any die variations that appear. Coins struck sharply, without blemishes or wear, are considered treasures, and some are encapsulated and graded at the highest levels by professional services. Such factors create dramatic differences in value, even among coins of the same year. Over time, the popularity of the 1986 Lincoln cent grew, fueled by its link to American history and the universal appeal of Lincoln himself. Many coins from that year were spent into circulation, but a select few that remained untouched in rolls or mint sets became the backbone of rare and valuable discoveries decades later. This particular penny has achieved legendary status not just because of its design, but because of the extraordinary market demand for rare cents. Collectors from across the globe compete to add top-graded examples of the 1986 no mint mark penny to their collections, driving values upward in auctions and private sales. In terms of value, the rarest examples of the 1986 Lincoln cent without mint mark have reached astonishing figures. A top-graded specimen with flawless surfaces and extraordinary preservation has sold for as high as $1.57 million, making it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln pennies ever recorded. This breathtaking price highlights how a humble 1-cent coin can transform into a multimillion-dollar treasure under the right circumstances. Such valuations also illustrate the broader world of numismatics, where rarity, condition, and collector passion collide. For many, the 1986 penny is more than money. It is a piece of history, art, and human connection that links generations of Americans together. Its incredible worth proves how even the smallest denomination can command the highest respect. Ultimately, the 1986 Lincoln penny without mint mark stands as a reminder that true value lies in preservation and rarity. While millions of these coins were once casually passed from hand to hand, today a select few shine as some of the rarest and most valuable pieces of U.S. coinage, cherished for both their story and their immense financial worth. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny minted in 1973, with the D mint mark, is a coin that captures the attention of collectors and historians alike. It represents not only the continuation of an American icon but also a piece of numismatic history that carries significant value in today's world. Coins from this era remain a fascinating glimpse into the artistry and function of U.S. coinage. In 1973, with the D mint mark, the penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive mints in the country. The Denver facility is known for producing billions of circulating coins each year, and the Lincoln cent was no exception. Despite the massive output, rare varieties and specific minting qualities make some of these coins stand out above the rest. The design of the 1973 Lincoln penny continued to honor President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 to mark his centennial. Victor David Brenner's design featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse became an enduring symbol of American values, while the reverse carried the Lincoln Memorial, an emblem of national pride and unity. During 1973, with the D mint mark, most pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier than the modern pennies we see today. This composition gives them a distinctive weight and color, and because copper has intrinsic value, these coins are often more desirable to collectors than later zinc-based issues. Although millions of these coins were minted, rarity emerges not from the total number but from specific qualities. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, free of blemishes, with sharp strikes, or with unique mint errors, are the ones that collectors seek out. For a 1973 D penny to reach extraordinary value, it must be preserved at the highest grade possible. Mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet mistakes can significantly increase desirability. A 1973 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark that shows such features can rise far above its face value. Collectors understand the combination of historical importance, quality preservation, and rarity when determining worth. Over the years, the Lincoln penny from 1973 has become a sought-after treasure in the coin market. Auction houses and private sales have recorded remarkable figures for these coins, especially those graded by top certification services like PCGS or NGC. The rarity of high-grade examples ensures their place in the spotlight among numismatists. The most astounding fact about the 1973 Lincoln penny with D mint mark is its value when in the finest condition. At auction, a pristine example has been valued at $2.98 million, a figure that shocks many considering its humble 1-cent denomination. This extraordinary value reflects both rarity and demand in the collecting world. Such a high valuation makes the 1973 penny with D mint mark more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of how everyday objects can hold immense historical and financial weight. It teaches us that even small coins, often overlooked in daily transactions, can transform into treasures worth millions under the right circumstances. Collectors today continue to search their collections and circulation in hopes of finding a 1973 D penny of remarkable quality. Its story intertwines American history, artistry, and economics, making it a centerpiece for those who value the deeper meaning behind the coins we use. The legacy of this penny remains secure as one of the most valuable pieces in U.S. numismatic history. Next is the Lincoln cent from 1985, without mint mark, stands as one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatic history. At first glance, it may appear like any ordinary penny found in pocket change, yet its true rarity lies within its hidden details. Collectors across the globe have long admired the Lincoln penny series for its longevity and subtle variations, and the 1985, without mint mark, coin has earned its own legendary reputation. The history of the Lincoln cent begins in 1909 when it was first struck to honor the centennial birth of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, it has gone through multiple design changes, yet the obverse portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner has remained constant. By the time the 1985, without mint mark, penny was minted, the coin had already become a timeless piece of American culture, symbolizing both heritage and tradition in coinage. In 1985, without mint mark, these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on pennies during that era. While billions of coins were produced, only a rare fraction emerged with unique qualities that distinguished them from the rest. Collectors quickly identified these variations and began hunting for flawless examples that could set auction records. The absence of a mint mark on this coin often confuses casual collectors, who may assume it is incomplete or damaged. However, this characteristic is a defining trait of the Philadelphia Mint during the 1980s. The 1985, without mint mark, penny carries not just the Lincoln portrait but also the iconic Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, adding historical depth to its appeal. Many factors contribute to the rarity of the 1985, without mint mark, cent striking errors, die variations, and high-grade examples preserved in uncirculated condition are what elevate its value. Over time, ordinary pocket change becomes a treasure when a coin emerges that holds remarkable quality and history. Such is the case with the 1985, without mint mark, Lincoln penny. Collectors often highlight how the condition of a coin can drastically influence its worth. While a circulated penny may be worth little more than face value, a pristine, uncirculated 1985, without mint mark, cent can command extraordinary sums. This reflects the broader truth in numismatics: rarity combined with condition creates immense value. Auction houses and private sales have shown a consistent rise in interest for this specific penny. As awareness grows, collectors and investors alike chase these rare specimens, hoping to add one to their collections. The 1985, without mint mark, penny has now become synonymous with the idea that even the smallest denomination can hold massive worth in the right circumstances. The highest reported value for a pristine 1985, without mint mark, Lincoln penny has reached an astounding $1.94 million, making it one of the most valuable cents in history. This extraordinary price reflects not only its rarity but also the desire among collectors to own a truly unique piece of numismatic art. The legacy of the 1985, without mint mark, cent continues to inspire new generations of collectors. It stands as proof that treasures are hidden in the most unexpected places. Whether tucked away in an old jar of coins or discovered in circulation, this penny carries immense historical and financial significance. Ultimately, the 1985, without mint mark, Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It is a story of history, rarity, and immense value. Its journey from a simple piece of currency to a multi-million-dollar collectible demonstrates the incredible allure of coin collecting and the timeless appeal of the Lincoln cent series. Next is the Lincoln penny from 1977, without mint mark, stands out as one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatic history. Minted during a period of economic change in the United States, this coin reflects not only the artistry of American coinage but also the subtle mysteries that collectors seek. The absence of a mint mark, in particular, adds to its rarity, making it a highly desirable piece among serious collectors and historians. The coin from 1977, without mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on its coins during that era. Its obverse proudly carries the image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had been in use since 1909. The reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of national unity, designed by Frank Gasparo. These artistic choices anchor the coin in American history while also making it instantly recognizable. Collectors prize the 1977, without mint mark, penny not only for its aesthetic and historical value but also because of its condition rarity. Most pennies from that year were heavily circulated, meaning that high-quality examples are extremely difficult to find. Over the decades, most were used in daily transactions and worn down, leaving very few pristine examples for collectors to treasure today. The era of 1977, without mintmark, was also significant because the U.S. economy was struggling with inflation and changes in monetary policy. Copper prices were rising, and the mint had to consider the costs of producing pennies. This economic backdrop makes the coin historically valuable, as it symbolizes a transitional period in the production of U.S. coinage, just a few years before the switch to copper-plated zinc pennies in 1982. Beyond its role as currency, the 1977, without mintmark, penny has become a conversation piece for coin enthusiasts. Its absence of a mintmark can confuse the untrained eye, as many assume all coins carry identifying letters. For knowledgeable collectors, however, the lack of the mark is what elevates this penny into the realm of extraordinary finds. In the world of auctions and private sales, the 1977, without mintmark, penny is viewed with great reverence. Stories of collectors stumbling upon this rare cent in old collections or family holdings add to its allure. Each appearance of such a coin in the numismatic marketplace sparks excitement and anticipation, as its rarity and condition can dramatically influence its final sale price. The coin from 1977, without mintmark, is especially rare in high-grade conditions certified by professional grading services. A flawless or nearly flawless example with sharp details, full luster, and no noticeable blemishes can command astonishing attention. These high-grade specimens represent not just a coin but a preserved piece of American heritage. When discussing its value, the 1977, without mintmark, penny in exceptional condition has been valued at an astounding $2.60 million. This staggering figure underscores the combination of rarity, historical importance, and pristine preservation that makes this coin a true gem in the world of numismatics. It is not just a small piece of copper, it is a piece of history worth millions. The fame of the 1977, without mintmark, penny continues to grow as more collectors enter the hobby and seek out elusive treasures. Its mystique lies in its scarcity, condition rarity, and the narrative it carries from a pivotal time in American coinage history. For many collectors, acquiring even a mid-grade example represents a dream come true, a tangible link to both the past and to the thrill of discovery. Ultimately, the 1977, without mintmark, penny is a remarkable artifact that transcends its humble face value. Its legacy is built upon the combination of history, artistry, and rarity, all woven into a single cent that today captures the fascination of coin enthusiasts worldwide. It is this blend of qualities that elevates it to the status of one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies ever known. Next is the 1998, United States Mint continued the long-running production of the Lincoln cent, a coin that has been in circulation since 1909 and has become one of the most collected coins in American history. This year, like many others, the penny was struck in huge quantities, but among these millions, a few rare examples without a mintmark have stood out as incredibly valuable treasures. The absence of a mintmark, which typically indicates Philadelphia for coins of that era, adds mystery and rarity to this particular issue. The design of the 1998 Lincoln penny remained consistent with earlier issues of the memorial reverse, first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse carried the familiar bust of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has endured for more than a century, becoming one of the most iconic portraits on any American coin. Collectors pay close attention to such details, as they link directly to the history and legacy of the U.S. Mint. While most 1998 pennies were struck in copper-plated zinc, their value in everyday circulation was only 1 cent. Yet certain varieties and errors, such as those without a mintmark, transformed ordinary change into extraordinary collectibles. Coins like these remind collectors that not all pennies are created equal, and the smallest anomaly can shift a coin's importance from pocket change to a piece worth millions. The no mintmark 1998 penny draws special attention because collectors often look for such small differences that were either errors or intentional rarities. For decades, U.S. coinage has included fascinating variations caused by minting processes, and these varieties are part of what fuels the coin collecting world. The 1998 no mintmark penny represents a piece of history shaped by both human craftsmanship and subtle mistakes. Collectors treasure the historical backdrop of coins like the 1998 penny. The late 1990s was a time of technological growth and change in the United States, yet the Lincoln cent still carried with it the enduring symbol of Lincoln's leadership and the American story. For many, the coin is not only a financial asset but also a link to the nation's enduring values and traditions, encapsulated in one small piece of metal. What truly makes the 1998 penny so desirable is its scarcity and the attention it commands in auctions and private sales. Collectors compete fiercely to add such a coin to their collection, as its rarity is recognized across the numismatic community. Unlike ordinary coins from 1998, this piece has crossed into a realm where value is defined by historical significance, rarity, and demand. Condition also plays an essential role in the worth of a 1998 penny without a mint mark. Coins graded as mint state or uncirculated fetch far higher values, as they retain their original luster and sharp detail. Even the slightest difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars, making the evaluation process by experts critical in establishing the true value of these rare pieces. In auctions, the rarest examples of the 1998 Lincoln penny without mint mark have been known to reach astonishing figures, with one of the most remarkable sales recorded at $1.28 million. This staggering value highlights how an otherwise common coin can transform into a world-class collectible, simply because of its rarity, demand, and condition. The coin's worth is a reminder of the hidden treasures that might still be sitting unnoticed in everyday change. The fascination with the 1998 penny extends beyond its monetary worth, as it tells a story about the unpredictable nature of coinage and the surprises that the U.S. Mint has produced over time. Each penny becomes a piece of history, representing not just its face value but a journey through America's cultural and economic past. Collectors who hold this coin understand that they possess more than just currency, they hold a tangible artifact of the nation's story. Next is the Lincoln penny from 2000, without mint mark, holds a remarkable place in American coinage history, not because it was part of a major redesign, but because of the rarity and value attached to its error-free and unique conditions. This coin represents more than just currency, it embodies a legacy of President Abraham Lincoln's enduring influence on the United States monetary system. Collectors often search tirelessly for coins like this, where the absence of a mint mark creates intrigue and drives demand. The design of the 2000, without mint mark, Lincoln penny continues the long tradition that started in 1909, celebrating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features the iconic portrait of Lincoln by Victor David Brenner, a design that has remained consistent through decades of American history. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial still stands proudly, symbolizing both strength and remembrance, tying the penny to the values of unity and resilience. Coins struck without a mint mark during 2000 were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, as that facility traditionally does not carry a mint mark. Yet, when combined with certain striking conditions, collector appeal surges. The lack of a mint mark itself may not always be rare, but the perfect condition, unique die states, or special misstrikes that occur in some 2000 pennies elevate them into the spotlight of numismatic treasures. The year 2000 was part of a transitional era for U.S. coins, where new technology and updated minting processes were being used. During this period, error coins and high-quality strikes became especially fascinating to collectors, since any slight difference could create a coin worth far more than its face value. This penny, without mint mark, became one of those highly sought-after discoveries, admired for its rarity and flawless presentation. Over time, collectors and experts began recognizing that the 2000, without mint mark, penny could command premium values in the market. Its scarcity in mint state or uncirculated condition attracted competitive bidding at auctions. Coin enthusiasts recognized that this was not just an ordinary cent but a coin that bridged both history and rarity. As the collecting community expanded, the awareness of the 2000, without mint mark, penny grew stronger. It became a talking point among numismatists who understood the importance of both historical relevance and condition grading. Every preserved example told a story, not only of Lincoln's lasting legacy but also of America's minting precision during the early 21st century. The true worth of the 2000, without mint mark, penny lies in how collectors value its rarity, aesthetic appeal, and condition. Grading services often highlight the smallest details, from the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait to the clarity of the memorial columns. These defining features ultimately determine whether a coin is a simple collectible or a multi-million-dollar treasure. In terms of value, the 2000, without mint mark, Lincoln penny has reached astonishing figures, with one pristine example being valued at $820,000. This monumental figure reflects the rarity of its condition and the incredible demand among collectors who view it as one of the standout pieces in Lincoln cent history. Such an extraordinary valuation for a coin minted in 2000, without mint mark, demonstrates how seemingly common coins can become exceptional rarities when the right factors align. It proves that the world of coin collecting is not just about age but also about uniqueness, condition, and historical importance. The 2000, without mint mark, Lincoln penny will always remain a symbol of hidden treasures within everyday change. It teaches us that coins carry more than just monetary value, they carry stories, history, and legacies that connect generations. For collectors, owning such a piece is like holding a fragment of American heritage, preserved in copper for all time.